What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Omega Greed YouTube channel, where we do a bunch of fun things with cars, and we live in the Los Angeles area, so we learn about living in LA and stuff like that as well. So if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, but let's jump right into today's video. In today's video, I'm just out going for a quick drive. I just dropped Angelia off at work, doing some exploring, kind of, really. Not really sure. I'm just gonna do some exploring for a quick minute. But I figured today would be a good time for me to talk about something that's been kind of bothering me. Now, if you're new to my channel, I have my 2017 Ford Focus RS, which is what I'm in right now. I love this car. Absolutely lovely car. But the one thing that I have been finding, it's been like the biggest complaint about this car so far. Now, I've had this car, it's gonna be, I don't even know actually how long I've had this car. Kind of weird. But I truly have bonded with this thing. Like, we drove across the country all the way to LA from Buffalo, New York, like with, you know, this car and my fiance's car, the Veloster N. So obviously I love my car. It's been my dream car. I traded in my Dodge Challenger to buy this car because I absolutely love this car. So don't get me wrong when I say this. I'm saying this with love. But the biggest complaint I have is just the way, I really like that. But the biggest complaint I have is just the way that this car looks, like, aesthetically. I think it, like, don't get me wrong. And the biggest problem with the RS and the STs as well is just the fact that they don't look, please hold. Like get in it because my clutch is still like messed up. But getting that, yeah, I'm getting that repair. That's gonna be, the car's gonna be dropped off literally this week coming up. So I'm really excited about that. I'll get my clutch completely swapped out, so I'll actually be able to do like more than like a third of the throttle. But otherwise, just kind of slips. But what I was saying is, my biggest thing with the car is the way that the car looks. Now, don't get me wrong, I think, you know, the RS and the STs, they look good, especially from the front. They look good, they look aggressive. But from the back, now, there are some differences, like, obviously from this and the SLs, or the SEs, I want to say. Just want to point out, there goes the Focus SE in front of us. Focus Brothers. Yeah, you know, honestly, it really does look the same. I mean, besides for the dual exhaust and like the spoiler. The normal trims Focuses, there are some differences, but really not much from the rear. They still look pretty much kind of the same. You do have the spoiler, and if you know what you're looking for, you can see, you know, the exhaust. But the rear end, just to me, just doesn't look that great. And, you know, I really like how with the, what is it? Like with the Type R, they definitely make the back, which some people hate it. I mean, it is kind of a lot, but there's no mistaking that car looks way different from the rear. You see those a lot. That one's a new one that someone just popped up there. But the Civic Type R from the rear looks so different than like a normal Civic. And I think, I mean, granted, I understand, like, when you're, you know, a car manufacturer, when they're building a car and they're doing like a different trim, they're gonna still use pieces from the other cars. It's just the cost savings. They use the same pieces, the same stuff. Like, I get it, I understand it. But for me personally, I really wish that the rear end looked a little bit more aggressive. I'm not sure what they could have done if this car just went right through that. Reason why you always look, that dude did not stop at all. I saw him coming. I was like, this dude's not stopping. I really wish the car looked a little bit better from the rear. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is something though that does kind of annoy me. It's just the fact that it looks kind of just so basic, like a normal Focus. Some people like that because it gives it more of a sleeper look. I necessarily don't. That's the reason why I definitely can't wait too. I'm getting my new wheels, and that should be coming in like a week or two. I want to say my wheels should be coming in. Then also, I really want to get my car wrapped, just because I really think that's going to make the car look much more aggressive. I would love to do a camo wrap or even an all matte black wrap, but I would love to do some type of wrap on the car, just make the car look a little bit more aggressive, because right now it just, to me, I think from the rear, it just doesn't look aggressive at all. And there's literally a truck like with half of its thing kind of sticking out. I'm gonna have to like get over. Okay. But yeah, so that's the reason why I definitely want to get my rear end. Oh yeah, this street is kind of crazy. These people, yeah, they just literally just have their cars, they just move left to right, left to right. Whenever the street changes, they just move their cars. I've seen this street a couple times, so I know people do that like a lot over here. But yeah, though, so my biggest thing is, though, I really want to make the rear end look a little bit more aggressive. With that, I want to definitely get the car wrapped eventually. So my goal is maybe I'll be able to do that. I want to be able to do that later on this year at some point in time. I got the wheels coming in. Definitely want to make sure those get put on. My exhaust is on right now, so I like the way that is. So you can, when you hear the car doesn't sound like a normal Focus. So, you know, I like that. I think I do want to get like just like an extra little razor on the on my wing in the back. I think that would help the car a little bit more. Just give it just a little bit more presence on the road, a little bit more stance. Not stance, but it'll just make it look a little bit more beefy, just not so like plain Jane. And now the other thing is, though, a lot of people do not like to put on different tail lights, like tinted tail lights, just because obviously you put tinted tail lights on your car, it like kind of defeats the purpose. It makes the tail lights work less. So I don't want to do that necessarily, but I do really like the Spec D tail lights for these cars. I don't know if I really want to do that or not. I just have to see. I mean, the OEM ones, they look great. They look fine. They're just, you know, normal tail lights. But I think the rear just needs something. It needs something to me that's gonna make it just a little bit more beefy. Yeah, I mean, I know people could do a wide body, make the rear end look, you know, it'll make the whole car look much more beefy, but that's just not my goal for this car. But yeah, so for me, the biggest thing is, though, I think it from the rear end doesn't look that great, but it is what it is. But those are the things I'm gonna be doing to alleviate kind of that biggest issue and that biggest problem, at least for me, is just getting the rear end looking a little bit better. I think once the car is wrapped and we have, I mean, the little extra extension on my wing, I think that's gonna make the rear end look a lot better. All the other thing is, I want to get my windows tinted. Like, I want to do that ASAP. My windows are tinted, but they're not like super dark at all. So I would love to get them tinted just a little bit more to make the car I think it'll clean up the look of the car a lot. But yeah, guys, this is a quick and short video. I don't even know where I'm really going right now. Just kind of figuring things out. We're still new here. We've only been inside LA for like over 2 months. So, you know, still trying to figure out everywhere, every place and stuff like that. But like that, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a like. Follow me on Instagram, OmegaGreed, same name as the YouTube channel. Go to the website, geekswithcars.com. And like that, guys, we're out of here, and we'll see you in the next video. See ya.